All right, after getting the engine installed, transmission installed, I ran into a small dilemma. It's not a big deal, but I'm missing a cross member. And all the parts that I got for this, I didn't even notice the cross member was missing. So I got to come up with a cross member. But I can't go any further on that until I find that cross member. Meanwhile, I'm going to get the bumpers off, front and rear, and this ugly receiver hitch in the back. I just got to get rid of it. It's hideous. Get that out, and I think the inner fenders I'm going to pull out and a few other little things. I want to get started on the inside and some of this rust repair inside and on the outside. That's going to be my next. I'll get these things pulled out off and out of the way. But those are going to be my next big targets, is the rust repair. Those are, other than the sanding and painting, those are the big projects. There's not much damage on the body. I think there's a dent in the door right here. A couple little bitty dings. A little something right here. Other than that, it's really straight, so I shouldn't have to do a whole lot of body work other than where my rust repair is. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and that's where I'm going to head on this project this week. Well, that wasn't attached very good. We'll get that fixed. I guess I'll leave that there. All right. There's about a dozen bolts in here all the way around this inner lip. A couple of bolts over here, down here, and then the same all the way around here. And there's a few up in here too. We can pull that inner fender out. I want to take it out because there's typical inner rust right here. And I want to see how bad it is, see if I can fix that. If not, I have a couple of other inner fenders I can put in. But I want to get that out. I want to clean them up. Whether I use this one or the others, I want to get them cleaned up, painted to reinstall. And I got to look at the brakes, and they're like brand new, other than they've been sitting around getting some surface rust on them. So I'll probably clean all that up while I'm in here as well. But I want to get this taken care of first. So we're going to knock these out, and depending on if you're using metric or standard, it's 1/2 inch 9/16 or 13 or 14 millimeter. That makes 12. All right, did I miss any here? I better pull those two little screws out here. I don't know what those are. 5/16 fits perfect. Okay. Looks like the bottom of this inner skirt slightly bent. Huh. Well, it's undone, but all right. It's all loose. If I can get this out of here without too much. Oh, I forgot about that guy. It's always easier to get these darn things out than it is to put them back in, especially if you got fresh paint, you don't want to scratch anything. It seems like I always struggle getting it back in. But I got to take the cruise control pod off of here. I don't know if it's easier just to, yeah, I'll just unscrew the cables. I think that's going to be easier. And I may wind up just changing these inner fenders completely. I have a whole nother set that I don't think are rusted out, like these ones are right in here. You can see that rust hole. If it was a little smaller, maybe I'd just fix it, but I'm gonna have to decide, compare what I have to these ones, but I am gonna clean these up and paint them so the under hood looks good. I don't know if I
clarified this last time, in my last video. I'm not gonna make this one an off-road rig. I'm gonna pretty this one out. Just kind of make it stock. Kind of cherry it out, and I'll probably wind up selling it. Oh, sure, that inner one come right out now. We'll go take a look and see what we got. Well, I have two left-handers. Either one of them will work. I don't have any rust in that. They both have the same exact holes in them. I'm not sure what year these are off of. It's about that year. Maybe I just weld those holes up. And then the other side, I'm sure it's rusting out there too. And we'll just use this one here for the other side. It's not all beat up. I think these are all factory holes. It's straight, no rust. Really good up there. Yeah. All right, we'll take this one. I'll get all this junk off, and I can weld these holes up that I don't need. At least I have one without rust. A big old hole like that. Oh, and then I came over and checked this one out here. That one was rusted out there really bad. Somebody put a patch on there, which is fine. But this one here, we will just discard for now, and I'll use that other one outside for this side. Okay, and while we're at it, I'm gonna pull the doors off, get them out of the way. Okay, where was I? You know I can't work without my chair. All right. Come on, chair. Come with me. All right. All right. Yep. Okay. There. Now, one more door. We get tailgate. Right on. This is that ugly receiver I was talking about. Really ugly.
So it has to come off. Obviously, you know why I'm changing that bumper. So we're gonna get that out. If you get one of these bumper bolts you can't get off, either it's rusted on too much like this one is, or you just can't get to it and you want to make it easy. There's a trick I use to take these off, and you can do this on a good bumper if you're careful. I'll show you what I'm doing here. So what we're actually doing is just cutting that head off to this square shank so it'll pop through the hole. Here's that big old boat anchor trailer receiver. That is just scrap iron now. That looks way better having that out of there. If you're curious about how these torque rods for these tailgates are secured, there's a bolt on the back bumper bracket, this top bolt, that has a keeper for this spring. So we can take these out, and the spring will be loose at that point. And then you can fold the tailgate down, remove that retainer, and pull the spring out. It just hooks in right here, and it's just held in place with that and that there. All right, that's good. Now I already unbolted the torque rod off the frame, so I already removed these bolts. Now I can just slide the tailgate right off and get it out of the way. So what I have left here are just holding on are these straps. And the reason I'm removing this so I can get to this repair over here. So we're gonna get these undone. Yeah, what size is that? Oh, 3/4? Yep, 3/4. Now I'll get this other side unbolted. This cable. Now these aren't bad, but they just don't look good. The rubber's coming off the outside. I'm going to replace them. Pop this off. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull this tailgate off here. Yeah, it came off nice. We'll set it over here on the ground. Okay. All right. Now I can move this stuff out of the way.
All right, my goal today was to get stuff out of the way so I can do rust repair. Got the doors out of the way, the bumpers off, the inner fenders out, and the tailgate off. Now I can get to the rust repair in the back of the bed opening here, and the floor, and rockers on both sides. And then there was nothing in the way of the wheel well repairs, but that's cool. I just got everything out of the way. So now I can really attack the rust repair. So I hope you found what I did useful. It's just simple tricks, cutting those bumper bolts. I've done before, and like I mentioned earlier, you can, if you're really careful, do that on a nice bumper. Just take your time, don't get carried away, don't get down to the chrome. Use your chisel, knock them out of there. You're not going to do any obvious damage by knocking that out with the chisel. And what else did we do? Pulled that tailgate off. I had actually never pulled a Blazer tailgate off, so it was interesting to see how it went, and that's why I wanted to share that with you. I think a lot of people have Blazers that have never removed the tailgate and probably thought about it and just like, forget it. It's not that hard. You could do it by yourself. If you've had somebody helping you out, then it makes it even easier. But anyhow, thanks for watching. I appreciate you watching and your comments and all that you do. So thank you. We'll catch up with you guys later. Bye.